Uh, it's good to have a full church here today. Yeah, we're gonna lead music, and it's kind of a simple set. So sing with us, please. Back us up. All right, here we go.
We earnestly seek you. Please give us the wisdom to know you, to discern the truth from the false, and reclaim the parts of us that have been lost. Reveal to us the secret of the inner us, the obvious is that you deeply love us. Help us find the truth we seek and obtain the peace that feeds what our hearts need. And I sing praises to the secret keeper of all that was and is to come. And I am yearning for your deeper healing. Unlock the depths of my inner soul. La, 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 la. We earnestly seek you. Please give us the wisdom to know you, to discern the truth from the false, and reclaim the parts of us that have been lost. And I sing praises to the secret keeper
come on up. We do a couple of our songs. A couple kids' songs. I'm going to do one of our memory verse songs that we performed a while ago. Soren, Cohen, Steven, there you guys are.
Do you want me to go out? Erin will do the clapping.
All right, here we go.
Ready to do the clapping? Yeah.
I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
All right. Woo. All right, can you guys show me your muscles?
Ready?
All right, here we go. God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. The mountains are His, the valleys are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. He made the trees, He made the seas, He made the elephants too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. All right. Woo! Thank you.
Wait, stay right there.
Okay, so actually, wait. We have more things, so stay right. Okay, and you're going to want to look over to the right.
Good to be back with you here at church. So what have you been doing all summer? Well, I'm a farmer. I've been farming. You know, all those vegetables some people won't eat, I grow them. They're delicious and nutritious, full of vitamins and good stuff to give you energy and make you strong. What did you do? Oh, dig a little here, dig a little there, eat the delicious roots of vegetable plants. Wait, that was you eating my plants? So, folks, we have a few announcements that we need to share with you. Starting with the celebration of birthdays that we have over at the Medallion this afternoon. Jake, you look like you've had quite a few birthdays. You know, old. I am not old. I am just prematurely wrinkled. Yeah. Anyway, birthday party at 1:30 at the Medallion because, you know, birthday cake. Then we rush right back here for a memorial service for Shane's dad and Soren's grandpa, Leo St. Clair. That starts at 2. We are going to have a busy afternoon. And then later this week, we get to herd and milk the cow. Milk the what? The cow. It says right here on my list, cow, C-O-W. No. C-O-W stands for Commodity on Wheels. That's the portable grocery store that delivers food to folks at the Medallion. We need volunteers to help people choose food from the cow trailer. This Thursday at 4:30. Tom always needs help with this. You know, the ask Tom, go see Tom, that Tom. Ah, shucks. I wanted to milk a cow. Well, you go down on Thursday and wait for a cow, and if one shows up, you can be the first one in line to milk it. And while you're waiting for that cow, you could help Tom. Oh, that sounds like a plan. Now, 2 weeks from tonight, you can do your yodeling right here on this stage. It's Open Artist Night, November 3, 7 o'clock. Maybe you and Tom can work up a duet. You know, yodeling banjos. Oh, that would be so cool. I'll talk to Tom. But a week from tonight is what I am looking forward to. Next week? I don't know. Anything after milking a cow is going to be pretty dull. The pumpkin carving party. Oh boy. Say, did you grow pumpkins on your farm? Of course I did. Really big ones. Is carving pumpkins all we're doing? No. There are all sorts of things happening. Face painting? I want a bat on my face. And cookie decorating? And pumpkin painting if you don't want to carve one. And we are going to help the Prince of Paris find his hat. Prince of who? Find his what? Prince of Paris find his hat. If you want to help him, be sure to come next week at 6 o'clock. Lots of games and goodies. Whew, that was quite a list of announcements. I'm tired. Says you, who hardly did any talking. Maybe you should eat more vegetables. Time to say goodbye until next time. Happy Sabbath.
Everyone keeps talking about how bright it is up here, and no kidding. Wow, you need some blinders or something. So this morning, I was kind of starting to wake up a little bit, and I was trying to remember what day it was. I thought it was Friday, and I thought I'll have to get up and, clean the house. And then I remembered it was Sabbath. I'm so excited because I get to be with my sanctuary family. And I want to invite one of our very special families up here. That's the Vistownets. They are my neighbors. And I want you to meet Brian and Liesl. Oh, and our foster boy. Okay. All right, there you go. Anyway, I have known Cohen Rainier. Isn't that the coolest name? Cohen Rainier Vistownet. And we used to have a family that came here, the Zolbrecks, and their little girl is Elsie Glacier. Aren't those just like the best Northwest names, Rainier and Glacier? So Cohen, I've known you since before you were born because your mom and dad came to my childbirth classes that I taught at Adventist Medical Center. I've known you your entire life. So now we're going to let people get to know you a little bit better and your mom and dad, okay? So let's start with your dad. So Brian, put you on the spot. Can you give your dad the microphone? Thank you. Brian, tell us a little bit about where you grew up and where you went to school.
So I grew up in Northern California, in a tiny college town called Angwin. Some of you probably have heard of it. And I was homeschooled until 8th grade, and then I went to Adventist schools for through college.
Okay.
I went to graduated from Walla Walla.
Okay. And Liesl, you moved around a lot.
Yeah, what do you want me to say? I've lived in so many places.
So does that make you want to move a lot now too?
No. I told Lori this recently that when the house we live in now, we've been there 10 years, and when we hit year 4, it was the longest place I'd ever lived. So I'm a homebody. So yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so I'd like to talk about how you guys got together, how you met, because it's a very sweet story. So some people just like have sparks, and like they know automatically, immediately, you're the one for me. But yours was more like a slow burn, right? Yours is like embers. So who wants to talk about that? Because it's very sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I arrived at Walla Walla my freshman year. Liesl had already been there a year and started working at the radio station there, and there was this person there who seemed pretty cool. And so yeah, we just worked together for a while, and we were both communications majors, so we had a lot of classes together, ended up working on video projects together, worked at Big Lake together for a summer. There was an increased level of connection that happened that summer. And yeah, things just kind of went from there.
It wasn't like a spark the first time I saw him, but I noticed him. I had gotten to school, was all excited about school starting, and I walked into my workplace that I loved working where I worked, and I saw this guy sitting there, and I thought, I don't know him. But I noticed him. And then over time, we worked so often together. Our offices were basically in the same area, and we had sort of the same work schedule, so we were always around each other, and just our friendship grew deeper, and I watched him interact with people, even girls who had crushes on him. I noticed how he treated them. But
You're so lucky you got him.
I knew he didn't like them, but I liked how he treated them. He was respectful and honored them and didn't lead them on. I noticed that, and I thought, he's a guy with great character.
Yep, absolutely. You wrote some things to me about him, and you can say it better than I can say it. You said he was quietly there.
Yes, quietly there. He was a safe person. I always knew Brian was a very safe person to be around. Amazing conversationalist. Our talks sometimes we'd be working, and then I'd realize it was like midnight, and we'd been talking for 4 hours just straight, not working. I think we clocked out, but just we found ourselves at work to be with each other, and we were still friends. We weren't even romantically interested yet. Let's see. Yeah, integrity, strong moral compass, painfully honest with himself and others. There was a song he wrote, and the first time I heard him sing it, it brought me to tears, but it was a reflection of himself. And it was beautiful, but very honest, very vulnerable of him to share that.
And yesterday was a very big day for them because it was their anniversary. How many years?
15.
That's really cool. Really proud of you guys. That's tough.
I had to add just for Liesel's part, because she said so many nice things about me. Like Liesel was just a person who like really seemed like she had direction in life and knew where she was going, which I was not used to meeting. This sounds terrible, but I had not been around a lot of women who seemed like they really knew where they were going in life, and I, so that was different. I thought that was cool, and then I also just liked the fact that when we were around each other at work and stuff, it seemed like we could talk about the things that matter, and we could both do that safely with each other. And she was a person who really cared about, going deeper and having conversations about issues and things that are important, and not just sort of the high level courtesy conversations that we all have sometimes. So it just felt like there was a depth to our connection there.
Very nice. Well, I've been watching you guys in action for a long time, and it's fun. It's really fun to watch you. And when I taught childbirth classes, I could sometimes tell by the way people talked about each other and to each other, just watching couples interact. Like, I sort of had a good feeling like these guys are going to make it. And I feel that way about you guys. And you've already made it 15 years, so congratulations. So, Cohen, why don't you tell us about you've got a brother and sister at home that, one of them's in the car. Yeah, four-legged, right? Yeah, I know.
They're four-legged.
Yeah, you want to tell them what their names are?
Pele and Milo.
Milo's the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And?
He's an orange tabby cat. And my most recent pet was Pele, which is the dog.
And how did she get her name?
By the soccer player.
Yeah. So Cohen told me that he really loves football, not American football, soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what position do you like the most?
Striker.
Striker?
Striker.
Okay, so hold that really close so people can hear all the great things you have to say. So Cohen's been writing books. This is a very creative family, by the way. They like to read, they like to write, they like music. And Cohen's been writing books about
Crackers.
What? Crackers. And that's going to turn into a 10-episode...
There's 100th episode.
100 episodes?
A guy named Prince Cheez-It and Lord Triscuit.
Yeah. So stay tuned, Maybe you can buy those books sometime. Anyway, so Cohen, tell me the best thing about being in second grade.
That I'm in a new grade, basically.
And 2 PEs per week?
Oh, yeah.
Not just one, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the only class that has... It's the only week that... It's the only year so far that has...
Right,
PEs.
so first grade, only 1 PE per week. Now you're up to 2 PEs per week.
Yeah, it's on... Isn't it Tuesdays?
So what,
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Okay, so 5th grade, you can have like 5 PEs a week?
I don't know.
Probably not, okay. Well, I have some gifts for you guys because I want to thank you for sharing yourselves with the group here. And is it okay if I just say a prayer over your family? Would that be all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lord, thank you so much for Brian, Liesel, and Cohen. Thank you for what they give to City Sanctuary. And I just pray that you will help them to grow closer as a family, help them on their road trips, and as they just enjoy being together. And thank you for taking care of them and protecting them and loving them. In Jesus' name, amen. So I also, thank you, usually try to give people a plant or flower or something for helping me out. But Cohen, this is for you, and you can color on it if you want to before you open it. And this is for you guys, and this is, I'm sure you can figure it out. It's a book, and we bought that in Hawaii, and it's signed by the author, so it's pretty cool. And then also, what did you get for a gift? for doing this? Remember?
Free babysitting. So Lori is the queen.
Okay.
And she's a nurse. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I know CPR. Yeah, but
She got 2 gifts.
What's that? Oh, 2. Anyway.
Oh, okay. But anyway, some people, when I've tried to get people to let me interview them so we can get to know you better, I hear things like, I can't talk. I can't talk in front of people. But, it's not like rock climbing where you have to have classes and stuff. Pretty much everybody can talk. So anyway, if you do, you might get free babysitting. That's all I'm saying. Okay? All right. Thank you. Careful.
Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take him at his word, just to rest upon his promise, just to know thus saith the Lord. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I prove him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. I'm so glad I learned to trust thee, precious Jesus, Savior, friend, and I know that thou art with me, will be with me till the end. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I proved him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I prove him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Oh, for grace to trust him more.
All right. Yeah, this has been fun this morning. This is a group of people we've never done this all together before, so anyway, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Jesus, be the center, be my source, be my light, Jesus. Jesus, be the center, be my hope, be my song, Jesus. Be the fire in my heart, be the wind in these sails, be the reason that I live, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, be my vision, be my path, be my guide, Jesus. Be the fire in my heart, be the wind in these sails, be the reason that I live, Jesus, Jesus. Be the fire in my heart, be the wind in these sails, be the reason that I live, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
All right, I love this next song that we're gonna do. It's our last song of the set, but it just really describes the different attributes of God. You know, He's our Father, He's our Mother, He's our brother, He's our friend, He's all these things. I mean, He's the only being in the world who can be everything for us. And I think, yeah, to just be able to worship Him and think about that is, I just love how this song makes me think about that. So.
God our Father, giver of daily bread, blessing our hands and covering our heads. God our Mother, leading us into peace, drawing and comforting all those in need. Hallowed, hallowed be thy name. Hallowed, hallowed be thy name. Hallowed, hallowed be thy name in all the earth. Jesus, brother, guiding our every step, deliver us and grant places of rest. Jesus, Savior, grabbing us from the grave, shielding the fall and bringing the light of day. Hallowed, hallowed be thy name. Hallowed, hallowed be thy name in all the earth.
Dear Father God, we just praise you. Thank you for being here with us in this place and for meeting us where we are. Just pray that you would wrap us with your love today. Hold us close. Please be with Erin as she brings us the message. We open our hearts to you. We love you. Amen.
Thank you, ladies. It's really weird to sing over there when the whole stage is full of ladies. But I realized very quickly, partway through this week, that I couldn't do all the things. Even though my personality is like, I will do all the things. That wasn't going to happen today. Also, I have great admiration for our pastors, or our pastor, and all pastors who do this every week, because wowza. Bert, you did this just recently. It is a project. Anyway, so here we go. I'm excited. I think as long as you have fun, laugh when we laugh. I will cry at anything, so you don't have to cry if I cry. But yeah, I'm excited. So I want to know, you've seen my yellow and green things on the wall. I want to know what makes you mad. I want to know what pokes your buttons, what your pet peeves are. And this is not open forum. Shane, Dawn, that's why the posters are on the wall. We're controlling this. But I want to know what gets you fired up when you lose your filter and what rushes you right past a good, adult, mature reaction. Okay? So this is where you get up. I work in education, so movement is a good thing. Participation is good. But I also know that yelling out at me is not everyone's favorite thing. So Terry is going to play the good old Jeopardy theme song for a few minutes. And I want you to, if you are comfortable, to get up and write on one of our posters, okay? It's not a guarantee that I'm going to read it. I am going to filter what comes out, okay? Don't jump at once. Okay, here we go. No, this is anonymous. All right. was very peppy. I bet you were expecting like the daily double or that loaded question at the end, right? That was like literally the theme of Jeopardy. Okay, I'm going to let those who are writing and in line, you may finish. And then Bert, only because you're sitting right in front of me, could you go get them for me? Okay. So while Bert is doing that, we're wrapping up. I'm going to share some of mine. This will be good. So I'm an SLP, that is speech language pathologist. I don't just like to talk. I get to help kids learn to talk. I work in early childhood special education in Multnomah County with 0 to 5-year-olds and their caregivers, parents, teachers, and they all have communication delays of some varying etiology that impacts communication, social interaction. I'm often dealing with behaviors, and anyone in education knows what that word means. Allison, I'm looking at you because you're grinning at me. The kid that's acting out, being aggressive, hitting, pulling hair, scratching, cursing. It happens in preschool. At the beginning of this school year, I attended a training, and Special Ed was there in support of a Head Start program that was focusing on universal supports for the classroom, positive intervention supports, and reinvesting and refocusing their energies on that, thank you, for their classrooms and their teachers. The presenter asked what our hot buttons were, and hands shot up everywhere. And I saw the lines to fill these out. Adults are very okay sharing these things. And what came up on those lists? Those behaviors. Now, I've been punched by kids at work, slapped, bit, screamed at, drawn on, all the things. My hair's now short, but when it was long, hair pulled. But those things, you know, I can keep my cool through that. I can keep kids safe. I can corral, keep kids away, get the adults involved, whatever. But you know what my number one hot button from little kids is? Any guesses? You don't have to guess if you want to. Spitting. Little kids spitting. And not just like my son, he's here somewhere. He'll like spit on the ground just to see what that does. No, this is like defiant spit at you. Very intentional. That takes my finely tuned adult resolve, throws it out the window, go from 0 to 60, green to red, cool to livid, chill to steaming mad, no time flat. That makes me mad. Another one. It's no secret that I am a frequent flyer to Kaiser medical offices. Between having an autoimmune disease and now being pregnant, I get poked a lot. You know, the regular visit to your neighborhood phlebotomist. Happens to me fairly often. Sometimes they're not so friendly. You know what makes me mad about that? I don't care. Chris knows I will watch them do anything to me if I can, if it's an option. But needle comes, in it goes, and then they move. Someone just, Erin, I think you just said that. Don't do that. It does not feel good, and it's fading, but it bruises you. So annoying. Don't do that. Makes Erin mad. All right. Yeah, and this one, actually, this was early this week. They even put a dot, and they still missed. And I get, like, whatever, but I was like, you put a dot. I thought you had a plan. Don't do that. Don't move. I'd rather you take it out and put, I don't even know if you're allowed to do that. Are you allowed to do that? Ben's not giving it, so maybe they're not allowed. But anyway, I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to scan through some of these. Christina, do you want to bring me those? Okay, because I know I don't want to miss some of those. So some pet peeves. Arnold came up to me. Am I allowed to call you out? I totally just ruined His pet peeve was that I asked about pet peeves. Dawn's earlier was he didn't have any, but that we weren't joyful enough. If you know Dawn, that's that one. Let's see, turning without blinkers. Yeah, nodding. I have a driving one coming up. Hearing people eat. Oh. If you want some good YouTube watching, there's one thing, weird things couples fight about, and it's funny. Being late. I hope you're not my friend. I'm really sorry. I'm always usually late. Let's see. Slow drivers in the fast lane. Drivers come up a lot on the pet peeves. Sorry, I couldn't come up with a fast way of doing this other than you texting it to me, and I'm not sure that'd be faster. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Bad drivers, slow in the left. different person. Conspiracy theories. That's a pet peeve, not an interest. Just clarifying. Pet peeve is the dirty dishes after the cooking. Other than using paper plates, the cooking part's difficult on that, though. I hate dishes. More driving, much driving. Smacking food while eating. Well, there you go. I think we have some. Okay, so those are some highlights there. How about being angry? This one we don't like talking about. Oh, traffic makes me angry. Bad drivers make me angry. There you go. Driving makes people angry. More driving. Tech issues. Ooh. Traffic. Someone wrote someone's name. I am not reading that. That's not fair. That is not fair. It's true. They're honest. Being misinterpreted. Being lied to. Injustice. Dishonesty. Those were kind of what I thought would come out. Lots of driving. Okay, I have a couple more. It's really easy. It was really easy to talk about stuff you're mad at. But is that a good thing? I don't know. Okay, driving. So, I'm an itinerant SLP. We already know what SLP is. Anyone know what itinerant means? Travel place to place. So I go to where my caseload is. Whether they're in a Head Start, home, childcare, wherever, I go to them. In Gresham and in Corbett. Who goes to Corbett regularly? Yeah. Even if you're going to like the Gorge, you don't really go to Corbett. You keep going past. And I live in Battleground. So let's take like this, right? So I drive a lot. So driving's totally on Erin's pet peeves list. But you know what is my not favorite? The merge. The merge. Bad merging. There's the late merger, slow merger, the assuming merger, the terrified merger, the oblivious merger. I don't know which of those is worse, but none of them are good. But they all have the same message. I'm coming in, right? Like, this is my party. You're joining my party. Pay attention. Come on in, dude. No, coming in. And that makes me mad. I know I'm not alone. That's another one you can Google. Articles, editorials, lots of opinions on driving. And Oregon is famous. Infinite? It may be infamous on that one. For bad drivers. Okay, Chris, last one. Don't mute me. So, I'm not strong. Oh! I warned him. I have good diaphragm, so I was ready. He also knew that was coming, so anyway. And he knows what I'm going to say. I am a weakling. My upper body strength is nothing. So household duties, that kind of divides it pretty easy. I am not going to mow the lawn. I hate vacuuming. I do dishes begrudgingly. Laundry, mostly because I don't want him ruining the things, because you can't just put it all in on regular. So what? Don't shrink my stuff. So one week he comes up and he's like, hon, you know, every time I leave a pile of dishes, they get cleaned. It's like, oh my word. So with that being said, Terry, I had to show this video. Some of you have probably seen it. It's hysterical. And it's in British accents, which in my opinion makes everything better. Let's full screen that puppy.
You were going to make dinner? I can remember.
What? I just wish you'd take some initiative and cook your own dinner for once. I've been at work too, you know, and now I get to come home and pack the dishwasher and then unpack the dishwasher and cook dinner and put the washing on, and you know what? I can't continue to live like this because it's not me.
Hey, relax. It's going to be all right.
How?
Here, I'll just show you. Okay, I've been doing this since we moved in. See this basket thing? I don't know how it happens, if it's the house or what, but any dirty clothes you put in this basket, somehow the next day they're just clean, folded, and in a perfect pile on your bed.
You're not serious.
I couldn't believe it at first either, but it just keeps happening. That's why I didn't tell you. I didn't want to jinx it.
You are insane.
Try it, you'll see. Unless it's only chosen me. See, I don't know.
I can't do this.
No, wait. There's other things too. Plates, cutlery, pizza boxes, dirty tissues, anything you leave on this coffee table just vanishes overnight. I mean, sometimes I'll see how far I can push this thing and I'll just leave shit everywhere. It's magic.
That was Terry's one
No,
moment.
she wouldn't have left me. This is what I think happened. I heard her get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something. She must have fallen onto the magic coffee table and just vanished.
Are you insane?
No, he's not insane. I've got the same coffee table at home.
Someone mentioned tech issues. I'm sorry, Terry, I'm throwing you under the bus on that one. But I heard the women clue in really quickly on where that conversation was going, and then the guy said, and they're like, yeah. The pile of dishes, the laundry, no. We all get momentarily mad or upset. It's part of the human experience. It's a real emotion, and we encounter it regularly. But how about anger? We've had a lot of focus from this stage in recent weeks on anger. I get angry, and when I get angry, it is deep, it lingers, it percolates, it's passionate, it's consuming, but is it for the right reasons? In the Bible, we're giving many examples of God being angry. If you've read the Old Testament recently, it's loaded. But here are a couple I'm going to highlight that are not necessarily, well, the first one's not situation specific. But God, this is from Psalms 7, verse 11. God is an honest judge, and he's angry with the wicked every day. It's kind of intense, because I can be wicked. The next one is in Mark 3, verse 5. And Dan actually preached about this a few weeks ago. This, from some context, the debate is about healing on the Sabbath, and is that okay? Is against the law for okay or not? And he looks around, and he's angry. Jesus is angry, and he's deeply saddened by their hard hearts. It's the man with the withered hand, and he gets healed. But Jesus is angry. God himself gives himself space to be angry, but I think he also gives us space to be angry. And like a good classroom teacher, he sets the parameters and the expectations for our anger. So we're going to keep flipping ahead. James 1, verses 19 and 20. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to listen. Who's quick to listen? Yeah, no one wants to raise their hand. Slow to speak. My hand is not up. I do a lot of tongue biting. And slow to get angry. Remember that whole the kid spitting on me thing? Is that slow to anger? No. I usually, if I'm angry, it goes right there. Human anger does not produce the righteousness God desires. And then one more, Ephesians 4, verse 26 and 27. Don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, for the anger gives a foothold to the devil. It's pretty intense. I don't want to do that. We're given some other biblical examples of anger. 2 Samuel 12. Who knows what that is while I'm flipping back to it? King David, his army is out doing its army thing. David's at home. He goes outside, and who does he see having a bath? Bathsheba. Chain of events, not the best calls of judgment, right? And does David get found out? Yeah. And who comes and points it out to him? Nathan. So 2 Samuel 12 is Nathan coming and telling David. He tells him a story, and David's not happy, gets a little mad, possibly angry. And then Nathan says, you are that man. I think there's a bit of anger. I think God was probably a bit upset with David. Nathan was upset with David, and that he had to be the messenger probably. And David was probably mad that he got found out. And then there were a whole bunch of consequences, and not good ones, for David. John 2. I totally cheated and did sticky notes, Dan. There was no way. I was going to flip. All knowledge before the stage, if not written, would have been out the window. So John 2, this one is Jesus again. And he is in the temple, and it's like a farmer's market. And that was not okay. And Jesus got what? He got angry. And he cleaned it out. Stop turning my Father's house into a marketplace. These examples show anger expressed for a cause or a principle. There's two Greek words that I cannot pronounce, but I'm sure Dan can or could have at some point in your educational career, that are used for anger in the New Testament. One means agitated and boiling. Think like macaroni in a pot. Or passion and energy. What if we looked at anger as a God-given energy to solve problems? Think about a time when your anger motivated you to solve a problem. On the yellow, what makes you angry? There was, I don't like being lied to, injustice. When does our anger get us to do something? I can be a pretty easygoing, high tolerance, positive person. I'll put up with a lot. And medically, I've put up with too much, I've learned. Hindsight is a good thing, I guess. But that doesn't go well for you when you're a patient in the medical realm. Things appear to your team that things are fine and dandy. And super long story short, I eventually got angry, legitimately angry, and last summer, and this spring I got a new shoulder from it. There was a turning point when I had had enough, and I was ready to fight for me and make a difference for me. And I was ready to fight for myself because I got angry. Switching back to work, I'm a team player. I assume competence, best intentions, and effort from all parties. I value collaboration, input, participation, and contribution from those I work with. When I sit in meetings, I like to sit where I can see everyone's faces so I can read what's going on. Steering committee knows that. I always sit where I can see everyone. My caseload at work is 90% below the poverty line. With this comes significant trauma, complicated family dynamics, and a lot of unpredictability. These circumstances find families for a number of reasons: disability, generational poverty, immigration issues, asylum-seeking issues, domestic abuse, domestic violence, substance dependency, divorce, incarceration. It goes on and on and on. The ripple on the kids that I serve often impacts their sense of safety and security and their access or availability of nourishing relationships in their lives. A child just yesterday came over to me during group time, sat beside me, leaned against me, and I looked over, kind of like doing the what face, and she just sighed and said, "I want mama." And I went, because I don't know who she's talking about. Is that foster mom? Is that her biological mom? Is that grandma? Did she know who, in that moment, who she was talking about? I don't know. I'm often left feeling a combination of helpless and angry. My nature is to help, try to help, not be too overwhelming in the process. And there's only so much extra energy that people in crisis can exert. Survival mode takes a lot. And there might not be any extra left over. I get angry when a child or a family needs from my program or a program I'm partnered with are not being met. When available resources and effort are not being utilized well or at all. When a teacher complains about a problem behavior from a child and they haven't taken time to learn that this little buddy's family is being torn apart by infidelity and he's moving 4 hours away from his other parent in less than a month. And school is the only place that he feels safe enough to actually express himself. I get angry when a nonverbal child isn't given the same opportunities as his peers because he didn't ask or he didn't say it. When a quiet voice at the table is talked over or ignored. I get angry when a 3-year-old is in their 5th foster placement. Or when a previous provider's lack of initiative and effort results in an inaccurate service plan that I have to carry out. I'm paid for by the system, and yet the system makes it so incredibly hard. Decisions in the system come down to money. Those making decisions are often so far removed from the line of duty. But remember, I got angry when? Well, for me in my work life, that turns into taking on leadership duties, to engaging administration in conversations, getting leaders from different agencies to the table at the same time to hash things out, and sometimes it is literally hashing things out. Supporting the newbies, it is an affectionate term I use at work. Asking the questions other people are afraid to ask or are avoiding to ask, and checking in with those who are noticeably biting their tongues. Remember where I sit? I have to see everyone. But we have two types of angers: boiling and agitated, or what was the other one? Passion and energy. Which one's more productive? Which promotes change or growth? Other than noodles cooking in the boiling sense. I choose the second. I don't want to have to justify my anger. I don't want to be out of control. I want to remain responsible and in charge, and I want my God to be with me in it and to guide me in my anger. Shane asked Kevin and I to help with some music for his father's memorial this afternoon. And one of the songs is one of my absolute favorite hymns. It's gut-wrenching, it's awe-inspiring, and it's soul-quieting. Horatio G. Spafford was a prominent lawyer and Presbyterian church leader in Chicago in the 1860s. He was also a close friend to the evangelist Dwight L. Moody. His story reminds me a lot of Lot's in the Old Testament. A lot of giving, a lot of taking away. In 1871, Spafford made some major real estate investments in Chicago, only to lose most of them in the Great Chicago Fire later that year. 1873, 4-year-old son dies from scarlet fever. My son is 4, so that one just... Later that year, it was time to go away, take a break, take a holiday with the family. He had 4 daughters and his wife, and he needed to stay back temporarily to finish some business up, so he sent them on, his wife Anna, his 4 daughters, Annie, Maggie, Bessie, and Tanetta. So they got on a boat, because those days you're not flying to England. So during their transatlantic journey, their ship was struck by another, and most of the passengers were lost. Anna survived, but all 4 daughters didn't. Horatio took the very same voyage to go to England to be with his wife, and en route, he penned the words to "It Is Well with My Soul." That would not have been my reaction. What an example. What a reason to be angry. But what a life lived with God for those words to have been a part of Spafford's grief. It is well with my soul. That's not a "how are you?" I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. That is a confident assertion about the core of your being. It is well. It's even grammatically correct. It's well with my soul. When the to-do list doesn't get done, so it is well with my soul. When trying my best doesn't seem to be cutting it, it is well with my soul. When a friend loses their job, it is well with my soul. When a 5-year-old is on an operating table, it is well with my soul. When a home is lost in a hurricane, it is well with my soul. And when a loved one passes away, it is well with my soul. Those are hard to hear. It's hard to say. I don't know that I'd be saying them right away. It would take me some time. But we can say them Because we have hope. We have hope, we have purpose, and we have focus for our anger. We're not alone, period, never alone. Bad stuff happens. We're going to get angry. There will be increasingly large things that we cannot control and that we will have to deal with. This world is not getting friendlier. Struggles are getting more intense. Arguments turn more rapidly violent, and that's not God's plan. My friend, Bert, explained it so well to me a few weeks we were having dinner. Our world has sadness and grief and loss and trials and inequality and injustice, and these are not God's plan. The devil is trying to destroy us. He's trying to get us as far away from the image of God that we were created in. The devil's nemesis is our hero. The devil's enemy is our Savior. Ephesians said, don't get angry. Angry can give a foothold to the devil. That can be his in. When I'm angry, is it for a purpose that aligns with the kingdom? Would Jesus rally with me? Would Jesus ask those same questions that are being avoided? Would he nod in agreement with what I'm saying? I choose his cause. I choose to dwell with him. We're entering my favorite seasons. I'm a holiday geek. Those that know me well know that I am all in on holidays. With that season comes familiarity, comes comfort, remembrance, focusing on what matters, and goal setting. It's also a time of heightened emotions, stress, especially if you're the one planning a meal, expectations, long to-do lists, special events, lots of people, not enough people, memories, good, bad, and so much more. It's a loaded time of year. Take advantage of that time and remember the focus that we have on our Jesus, our hope, our faith, our privilege. I'm a musician. That's not a surprise. I feel music. So I'm totally going to own that I'm going to end on a very cliche, end with a song thing. For those of you who don't, the music side isn't your thing. There will be words for said song on it. This has been my anthem for the last few months. I resonate with the race that's referenced, the chase, the misguided focus, and it doesn't matter because it couldn't ever be enough. Just give me Jesus.
Trying to open every door, search near and far, turning over every stone. I close my eyes, still I find no rest for a restless heart. All I've been chasing, putting my faith in, let it fade, let it break into pieces. Just give me Jesus, Jesus. Just give me Jesus. There's nothing I desire that can't be found in you. You're everything that I've ever needed. Just give me Jesus. Take all my pride, my dreams, my plans, this house I built on troubled sand. If I gained the world, it would never be, it could never be enough. Just give me Jesus, Jesus. Just give me Jesus. There's nothing I desire that can't be found in you. You're everything that I've ever needed. Just putting my faith in. Let it fade, let it fall into pieces. And just give me Jesus. You are life, you are hope. Just give me Jesus. You are love, you are all that I want. There's nothing I desire that can't be found in you. You're everything that I've ever needed. Just give me Jesus. Just give me Jesus. There's nothing I desire that can't be found in you. You're everything that I've ever needed. Just give me Jesus. Oh, just give me Jesus.
Thank you, Erin. I love that, just making our focus Jesus. Everything else just kind of fades away. This last song is an older hymn. Just gonna sing it out.
To Jesus I surrender all. To Him I freely give. I will ever love and trust Him in His presence daily live. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all to Jesus. I surrender. Humbly at His feet I bow. Worldly treasures all forsaken, take me, Jesus, take me now. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all.
Happy Sabbath.